Hey, Edson, it's Mayor Kevin Zahara with another Town Council update. Doing this update from Edmonton. I'm here for the Municipal Leaders Caucus with the Alberta Municipalities Association, discussing a number of issues with provincial cabinet ministers, getting an update on the Alberta Provincial Police Force, as well as EMS issues across the province. And so I do apologize for the background here this evening, but I do want to talk about what we discussed at our committee of the whole meeting on Tuesday night. We did have a delegation, Urban Systems, which is going to be the consultant that's going to be working on our land use bylaw. And you've heard me speak about this before. Our land use bylaw is from the 90s. It's very cumbersome, very complex, very disjointed and cumbersome to use, making it hard for developers or people looking to develop in our community. So Town Council put the budget forward in 2022 to bring forward a consultant to work on this project. The land use bylaw is not something that people really think about until they actually have to use it. It's not something that's quote unquote sexy, but it's the most important document that we have as a municipality because it's how development happens, how economic development happens in our community. And when it's very difficult and lots of red tape, of course, it just puts in unnecessary barriers to seeing our community grow. And that's one of the biggest challenges that we've had in Edson is we haven't had a lot of assessment growth. So when we're talking about things like budgets, if we don't have assessment growth, then the cost of delivering services is borne on existing taxpayers, and we don't have any new taxpayers to pay into the system. So the land use bylaw, really important. The consultant did a really great presentation. You can watch it online. Just look at our March 8th council meeting, and you can watch what they had to say. But they're going to be using some guiding principles, and I think this is really important when they're developing the new land use bylaw. And that includes increased flexibility, simple, concise, and purposeful, ensuring the document is clear and easy to interpret, visually pleasing and user-friendly, be enforceable, follows best practices, reflects the Edson context, and aligns with other higher order documents that we have when it comes to land use planning within our community. So you're going to hear us talking about this. Really important that you engage in this process. If you've experienced any challenges with developments or looking at developing into the future, they plan on being a part of the trade show, and they're going to be having different consultation sessions. And this process is going to probably take about a year from start to finish. So something that we're working on. I think it's really important for our community. So please do get engaged in that. The other thing that we did talk about in the committee, the whole meeting, is our fees, rates, and charges bylaw. As you know, the costs for everyday households is skyrocketing. It is also skyrocketing for municipalities to deliver the services that you require in the community. And generating revenue, we only have a couple mechanisms to do that. One is through taxation, and the other is through user fees and charges. So council reviewed our user fees and charges. Quite frankly, our user fees and charges, when we look at the region, is very, very low compared to other municipalities. So council discussed making some adjustments in order to get better cost recovery on things such as the airport, the landfill, and in other areas such as development. The more that we generate from user fees, the less that we have to put on taxation, which is good for taxpayers because when you use a service, you should be paying into that service. It's sort of the philosophy that we've been following the last number of years. So you're going to hear us talk a little bit more about that as we get into finalizing our budget here in the next month or two. With that, that's your Town Council update. Have yourself a great week.